Hey y'all, California Prepper here. Well, I had been getting a couple questions, and it was something I was actually thinking myself. Being a frequent knife buyer, and since I may be purchasing more here in the near future, I wanted to know, where do you get the best deals online? Is it actually through, Blade HQ and the knife forums? Is it through eBay and Amazon? Where do you actually get the best deals? Now, I didn't compare eBay because the simple fact that there is a bidding and prices are constantly changing on that. But I did compare Blade HQ, Knife Center, the brand websites such as Kershaw or Spyderco themselves, and Amazon.com. So, let's jump right into it. What are the knives I compared? The first one I compared was the Kershaw Needs Work. I also compared the Kershaw 1-ton. I compared the Kershaw Clash, the Kershaw Cryo, and the Kershaw Rainbow Leak. In the Spyderco section, I reviewed the Spyderco Tenacious, I did the Spyderco Manix 2 XL, and I did the Spyderco Resilience. Now, all these knives obviously are in my collection, and they've all been paid for. Now, what I did when I bought all these knives is I'm a big bargain shopper. I will look at every single website I can think of and compare prices until I know that I got the cheapest price. But a lot of people don't do that. They'll just log in, oh, I want a Spyderco knife, so let's go to Spyderco.com. If you were to go to Spyderco.com versus Amazon, you're really going to lose at least $30 to $40 per knife. And that's just right off the top. If you don't believe me, let's get down to the numbers. If you were to purchase this Kershaw Needs Work directly from Kershaw, it would be $74.95 for this knife. They're still asking $74.95 for this knife. Can you believe that? If you were to get it on Blade HQ, you're looking at $38.95. Now that's not too bad. Knife Centers, $47.95, but Amazon steals the cake with $34.81. Still under $40. Blade HQ, $38.95 isn't bad, but Amazon beats it, like I said, with $34.81. Under $35 for this knife is a steal. Kershaw Needs Work is a great value folder. This is a great knife for work. It's just an all-around great knife. I'm falling in love with this knife all over again. Next up, we have the Kershaw 1-ton. This is a great value folder. Now, when I say value folder, I mean if you're actually getting the right price for it. If you were buying this from actually the Kershaw website, you would be paying $34.95. $35 for this knife is just unbelievable. When you can get it for $22.95 off Blade HQ, $22.95 off Knife Center, and a whopping $19.86 off Amazon. So you're looking at under a $20 bill compared to $35. That's a huge difference, especially in today's economy. Next up, we have the Rainbow Leak. Now this knife is, in my book, is one of the most overpriced knives ever made. Now, I'm a huge Ken Onion fan. I really have a lot of respect for him and his designs, but this knife is not worth $129.95 from the Kershaw website. It's just outrageous. Even on the forums, Blade HQ, you're looking at $83.95. Knife Center, you're looking at $82.95. And Amazon, you're still looking at over $80 for this knife. This is just a horribly overpriced knife in my book, but people seem to like it. Next up, we have the Kershaw Clash. Now this is a great little knife if you get it for the right price. If you get it from the Kershaw website, you're looking at $29.95. I think that's a little too much for this knife, considering what it is, but if you get it from another site, it's a pretty decent knife. If you get it from Blade HQ, you're looking at $24.95. If you get it from Knife Center, you're looking at $25.95. But if you get it from Amazon, you're looking at $22.41. $22.41 for this knife is a decent price. It's a great knife, especially at under $23. Last but not least, definitely not least on the Kershaw list, we have the Kershaw Trial. Now, there's a couple of these knives on this list that across the board they're around the same price, and this is one of those knives. Across the board, it's around the same price unless you get it, once again, directly from the factory. Now, I would never pay full MSRP for these knives, considering all the different websites you can actually search around on and actually get a pretty good bargain. If you bought this directly from Kershaw, you're looking at $49.95. If you get it from Blade HQ, you're looking at $31.95. Knife Center is the same, but Amazon $29.99. So about 30 bucks regardless. But it's a really good knife, especially for that price. But I would not pay $50 for this knife. No way. So once again, directly from the company, big no-no. Never pay full MSRP, especially without at least looking around first. Over here on the Spyderco section, we have the Tenacious. This price from the company would be $64.95. If you get it from Blade HQ, you're looking at $39.50. If you get it from Knife Center, you're looking at $38.95. And if you get it from Amazon, you're looking at $33.90. Now that's not too bad. I mean, unless you get it from Spyderco itself, which is 65 bucks, but under $35 for this knife is a pretty dang good price, especially for a Spyderco. Next up we have the Resilience, which is a very decent knife if you get it for the decent price point. If you get it directly from Spyderco, you're looking at almost $75, $74.95. If you get it from Blade HQ, you're looking at $46.95. Knife Center is $44.95. And Amazon is $44.51. So this is another one of those knives. It's genuinely across the board about $45, $46. But it's worth the price. It really is. It's a great knife, especially for the size. You have a lot of cutting surface, a lot of blade. Great, great knife. Last but not least, on the comparison board, we have the Manix 2 XL. My baby. I love this knife, and again, I'm sorry to say, guys, you're not really going to get a price break on this one. Across the board, this is really the same price. Unless, again, you get it directly from the company. If you get it from Spyderco, you're looking at about $175 for it. If you get it from Blade HQ, you're looking at $105.95. If you get it from Knife Center, you're looking at man, I'm making myself look bad. $105.95, and if you get it from Amazon, it's $104.67. So it's really not that big of a price break if you get it from Amazon there, but the rest of the knives really are. So that's that. That's what I learned from my private investigation I had earlier. If you guys have any more questions, have any tips or websites that I should check out, please feel free to leave a comment or PM me.